Hello everyone, this is Lord Magicus, and we are back for more Blue-White Spirits in Historic. So, you can see the list we've been playing here is right there. I think I'm fine with the amount of lands that we're running now. 22 seems to be okay for the most part. We do have Storm Tamer if we ever get, Sailor when we get to a point if we flood out. Hopefully this can help us stabilize, but it lets us do things with the extra mana. I think 22 is good because we really want to cast our 3-drops as soon as possible. So it's been working out. I think this list is pretty strong so far. There's room to tweak it. There's other stuff that you can play like Remorseful Cleric or Kira's, depending on how the metagame shapes up. So there's like some decks we can beat with those kind of cards, but there are going to be some decks like Goblins where I don't think it really matters what we run. We're probably never going to defeat them. We haven't faced it yet. I'm so surprised. We've seen everything else, but I don't think we've seen that deck yet, which is incredible. So, alright. We are up against Minamoto. Alright. This hand is terrible. This is better, I guess. Is this going to be another one of the Devotion decks? The Devotion players really love their Theros lands. Waste not! Oh, okay. Alright, what do you got for me? So this is like a rack kind of deck, I think. Yeah, so what are you going to do? Make me discard something? I really want to get this Rattle Chains out so I can actually start applying real pressure. That's fine. Nebelgast will be able to take care of that in the future. I really want to wait to play Supreme Phantom until a turn where I have... Well, I don't know. Maybe I just need to play it now, and then... I can't really play Nebelgast and Denial in the same turn, so I need to counter something relevant, I think, before I start playing the creatures. At least proactively. I can still flash these in at the end step, so that's fine. Depends on if they do something I'm worried about. That's something we have to counter, though. Because it combos too well with the Waste Not. So here, I guess I could play the Phantom and start attacking for 5. Or I can play the Nebelgast. I guess this makes more sense because I do have Storm Tamer. Or no, I attack for 4. But no, it makes more sense because I have this to protect it from a removal spell. I can start, like, flashing in Nebelgast, just tap this thing down so I can swing the race better. Basically, they can't kill off my Supreme Phantom until the Storm Tamer goes away. But I also need to draw another land so I can play these 3-drops and use this at the same time. Unless they would be kind enough to use a removal spell right now. No such luck. Well, we're definitely discarding a creature. And I think it's going to be this Empyrean Eagle. So I'm guessing they're going to make us both discard a card because they want to get more stuff out of this. That's fine. Nebelgast can tap it down. They have to decide, though. They chose not to do anything. That's shocking. They didn't want to discard the cards they have in their hand. That's really interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to let Rankle hit me. Because then I'm going to have to discard a card and then you get 2 triggers off this, so... You can kill the Supreme Phantom now. That's not the thing that I'm really concerned about. I'm more concerned about Nebelgast, so... And here, we're just gonna do the same thing again. So no discard triggers for you. And you're facing... I guess if... Oh yeah, they're dead. Die! Yes! Victory! I felt like we almost could have died there, but no, got there, so neat. We are one win away from moving up to the next tier. What do we got? Whatever, it's Dink. We're close to getting one of these orbs, though. That'd be neat. So we defeated the Mighty Rankle on the way. I don't think they got a single Waste Not trigger that entire game. Wow, that's surprising. This hand's fine. I guess the question is, at any point, do I want... do I want to shock myself with Hollowed Fountain, or do I want to play Island? So, the reason I would consider shocking myself, if I play, like, Island, Spectral Sailor, and then, like, you know, Supreme Phantom, on turn 3, if I want to play Sailor plus Denial, I'd have to shock myself, but then I'm passing with 3 open mana, and I don't want the opponent to know that I have these things in hand. If I shock myself now and just pass with an Island on turn 3, they don't necessarily know that I have that, so... pass. Oh no, this is red. This could be goblins. Well, if it is, then so be it. If it is, we don't have the worst hand in the world for this. So we do have a Lofty Denial, so... Castle Embereth. Maybe this is just red aggro. No, this is definitely goblins. Okay, so... Yeah, we have to be very careful here. So basically, we cannot let Muxus resolve. That's not really much better for us, though. They can cast goblins from the top of their deck. This is like just as bad. I have to counter this. And just hope that they attack into me. Alright. We kind of dodged a bullet there, I think. I mean, yeah. It's not great. So we'll see. If I play Hanged Executioner, I think that'll put another 4 power in play. It'll be very close. Yeah, that's bad. That is so bad. Why would you do this? Oh no. I can't play this at instant speed. I'm a fucking idiot. So now the question is, if I draw a Lord that's only going to attack for 8, I think I have to trade with one of... Do I... Fuck, how badly, like, am I gonna die? What's gonna happen here if... They... Alright. I'm just gonna take it. Alright, just draw, like, Rally of Wings and make me look like a genius. That's actually not terrible. So I guess in response to any goblin spell, I'm tapping Krenko. So that way... I don't want them getting more than 3 tokens out of this thing. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine because they're attacking for 10 right now, but they're dead, so I think that we're okay. Somehow we pulled it out of our butts. I forgot that I didn't have rattle chains in play to give that thing flash, but we're lucky because they didn't play Muxus, so they didn't have like the Prospector either, which could have made a huge difference. They can play him on turn 3 and then put like fucking 12 CMC of goblins into play for free, and it's ridiculous. But I think we kind of got lucky there, having the counterspell and like exactly the creatures we needed. So. Our defeat, like us beating goblins there, I don't think is going to be the rule. I think it's more the exception. In general, their deck is just way stronger. I would take that side of the match like any day. But we ranked up, so we're like in big boy territory. We have to play seriously now. So, see how far we can get before we run out of time today. Yeah, this is good enough. Sailor, Shacklegeist into Eagle is fine. Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to play Shacklegeist unless we... Never mind! Yeah, now I have to be careful because, like, I have to, like, do something here. I don't think I can afford to play Shacklegeist because, like, I have to hold up counterspells. Yeah. I guess like this. Conspicuous Snoop is also not a reasonable Magic card. If they don't do anything, I'm just going to play Nebelgast Herald at the end step. Yeah. We have 2 mana left. Yeah, that's not good either. At least next turn we can play Shacklegeist. Alright, come on, just play the Krenko, because I have to counter that if you play it. Oh, they had one on top of the deck. Jesus Christ. So I can block 1 goblin. And I take 4 damage. Okay, I think that means they die. Alright, cool. Wow, alright, just barely again. I still didn't play Muxus, though, which I think is one of the cards that just, like, makes it impossible to beat them once it resolves. They have so many cards. Like, if you fail to counter, like, Krenko, or you fail to counter Muxus, or something like that, then it just gets so out of hand. Like, then there's just so many, like, lines of play this deck has. It's insane. Dr. Bacon. I love the name. That's great. Alright, let's keep. Alright, let's play our Storm Tamer. We'll probably play the Shacklegeist first. Llanowar, okay. They could play Teferi this turn, but it would just die. Yeah. If they bounce this, it dies, and if they don't bounce anything, so we just play Supreme Phantom. Well, our Rally of Wings, actually, that's the one. Oh my god! What happened? Why didn't I... Oh, fuck me. I can't do it at instant speed. I had to do that before combat. I'm stupid because I forgot. Teferi won't let me cast things at instant speed anymore. Yeah. Maybe this is okay. I guess we're just hoping they don't... Okay, you know what? That's actually okay. We can beat that. They cast a spell this turn, so they don't get to get a wolf token from the ambusher. And here, we just attack. And now we play Rally of Wings and kill them. Booyah! Alright. We won despite the fuck up. That's called pulling a homer. To succeed despite idiocy. I'm really enjoying this deck. I think Spirits is a very fun and powerful and reasonable deck to be playing in this format. It's probably not the best deck in this format, but I think it's reasonable enough to play it, so... And I definitely enjoy it the most. I guess we keep this. This deck is only going to get stronger as like they put more of the Pioneer cards onto Arena, so... Definitely want this Rattle Chains out. I don't really want to play Storm Tamer this turn, so... This looks like... We've played against this deck, haven't we? Is this team... No, this can't be team... No, this is Temur Reclamation, okay. Right? Alright. The question is, I don't think we play more than this because if they play like Mountain Storm's Wrath, we're fucked. Yeah, see, we could be in some serious danger right there. I don't want to overcommit to the board right now if I don't have to. Let's see, Nebel. You can play Nebelgast and then Empyrean Eagle. So it'll be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not quite enough. We're still vulnerable to Storm's Wrath at any point here. Shark Typhoon. Interesting. Okay. think if they have a counterspell, they should counter that. Oh, fuck me. They have main deck flame sweeps? Wow, that's terrifying. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, this is an innovation that just came, I think, from the last big event that just happened. Because there was like a mono white deck that was actually doing really well against Team of Reclamation. So what do? They just adjusted their deck with like the one card that just beats like the one deck that was actually doing somewhat okay against them. So that makes sense. Uro is a problem. I don't really want to play Rattle Chains right now, but I kind of have to. It gives me a chance of winning the game with something like Rally of Wings. Do I attack with the Storm Tame? I don't think so. I think we are fucked, though. They have enough spells in their graveyard they can just Uro and we're gonna lose. We don't have a way of reasonably beating Uro. This looks suspiciously like another Flame Sweep or something. What if it's just they're going to flash in Brazen Borrower? Well, again, I don't think I can realistically defeat that. Alright, well, I think that's enough. We are not going to be beating this at this point, because they just put that in play, they put Uro in play, like, yeah, we're fucked. Let's not waste time doing that. Let's try to play, like, one more, like, good match, because we were definitely losing there. That's the problem. They have like a million cards because they play every single card and there is like draw a card. It's like, oh, Growth Spiral, put a land in play, draw a card. Uro, put a land in play, gain 3 life, draw a card. Put a Shark in play, draw a card. Like, it's insane. So, this hand looks fine. We're gonna keep. So, we go first, right? Neat. That's honestly, that's the problem with like the fire design is like basically it's all about just like these ridiculously big scary threats that also just draw infinite cards and like make infinite amounts of mana. That's why I like Growth Spiral is like the symbol of everything that's wrong with this. Like that's Growth Spiral is like very much what's wrong with very much what's wrong with Standard. And, like, stuff like Reclamation and Fires of Invention are, like, you know, and Uro, they definitely are also, like, examples of how it's fucked up, too, but it's like that, and then everything else is, like, stuff like Oko, or, you know, Questing Beast, or Embercleave, where it just has, like, a million lines of text on it, and it's just, like, not great. I don't like what's going on here. Okay. What the hell are we up against? Goblins? How do you not have anything to do until turn 3 in this deck? I don't know, but they're gonna regret it a lot. They are like 1000% gonna die this turn. We're going to play Spectral Sailor and probably Rattle Chains. Um, I can't actually interact with this at all, so... It doesn't really matter. Right? We just killed them, so... Alright. Rally! Again, they kept, like, such a really bad hand. Like, they didn't do anything in turn 1 or 2. Like, you have to keep hands that do something there, so... I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but that was definitely a mistake on their part, so... I don't know, we're moving up in the ranks here a little bit. Oh, my God. These stupid... Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this for now. Do we see where we're at? Yeah, we move forward a little bit into Platinum Tier 4. Like, it's gonna take some more practice with this deck and some more tuning, but, like, I think that we could reasonably push forward with it. This card is just absolutely insane. This is definitely one of the reasons that you want to play this deck is Rally of Wings just blows out basically every deck. If you ever resolve this, then your opponent's just gonna die. You're gonna do like either 6 or 8 or maybe even 10 damage just on the basis of this card every time that you cast it. And your opponent is never gonna be prepared for a blue-white deck to just be able to add that much damage to the board, you know, and where they don't expect it. So, I mean, it synergizes really well with Hanged Executioner, but we saw like this card's a little bit clunky. I think there's still room to like play more with it, but you could very reasonably play something like Kira in your deck if you wanted to instead. Like I said, I like this because it does interact well with this. When you go like Rattle Chains into Hanged Executioner into Rally of Wings, like those are games where it feels like it's going to be really easy to win. So I think I do want to play more with this. I think it's not the best card, but it's probably like a flex card for this deck. We haven't really seen Shacklegeist do its thing very much, but the problem is we don't really have any better 2-drops to be playing here. We have Rattle Chains and Supreme Phantom, which are easy 4-ofs. Shacklegeist, I don't know if we need 3. Like, we definitely don't want 4. I think 4 is way too much, but maybe 2 is fine. We could cut one of these for something else. Maybe, here, can I see? Let's look at our Spirits toolbox. Here, Arena, show me everything that's for Spirits and Historic. Collected and not collected, okay. Oh, hold on. Spirit, there we go. So, yeah, let's see. Remorseful Cleric, like this is another card you could reasonably play in a slot like this, or, you know, in one of these slots. And what's the, yeah, obviously Kira is still fine. I think Death Battleground Geist is just a little bit too expensive at 5 mana, like we're not going to play that card. You could play more Brazen Borrowers too. That's reasonable. I thought there was another one though. I thought there was like an Eidolon that we had access to. Really? Huh. Now I'm kind of curious because where is it? I could have sworn that there was a 2-mana white card that could have gone in that slot, but I guess it's not here. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. What the hell was I thinking of? It's the one that like. Did he do? No. Okay, now I'm confused. What is going on here? Why can't I see this? Historic. Oh, because I turned off standard. Duh. I was gonna say, okay, no, there is another card that I was thinking of, so it is a spirit. Now it should show up. Eidolon of Obstruction, that's the one. This is also possible. Like, there is a reasonable world where this card is playable in this deck. Not having flying kind of sucks, but having First Strike means it can block very well on the ground, so if this deck ever needs something to actually block on the ground, like, this is really good, especially when backed up by stuff like Supreme Phantom. The only thing that sucks is it doesn't get pumped up by the Empyrean Eagle. But it is maybe this is a sideboard card. This is a nice taxing card to bring in against like some mid-range opponents or something. I don't know. That's reasonable. Forbidding Spirit is another reasonable one. If you flash this in with Rattle Chains or something on your opponent's turn, it's just basically a fog, or it's almost a fog. So that's kind of neat. I don't think this is probably not something we want. It's not the worst. Like, it does, it adds like 4 power to the board for your attack. So I don't know that this is a playable card. It's close. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible for this deck to like ever play something like this, but I don't see it. But that doesn't mean that world doesn't exist where this effect is like actually really good. Maybe if you're playing like the Sea Dasher Octopus or something like that, that could actually make it worth it, because you're only going, if you want to just focus on getting or suiting up a creature and then protecting it, maybe there's a world where that makes sense, where this is there. I don't know. But speaking of that, there's definitely a build of this deck, I think, that you could play stuff like Sea Dasher Octopus and Curious Obsession, and then what's the other one? Overwhelming. Is it Insight? Is that, or Staggering Insight? Like, you could possibly play like a version of, like, a more tempo-y kind of version of the deck where you play stuff like Nebelgast, but, or I don't even know if you would play this necessarily. You'd go more all in on like protecting like a single creature to suit up with stuff, because Rattle Chains is like, it's like a free dive down effect, except that it's for spirits, and it makes it better to play stuff like this, like all these other spirits. So yeah, I think that's definitely a blue tempo list like that in the future is something that we could certainly care about. So yeah, and other than that, there's not a whole lot else. Like, we don't really care about this Apparition. This isn't a spirit. It just has spirit in the name, so ignore that. Yeah, like I said, Remorseful Cleric is actually probably a good sideboard card. Spirit of the Spire is probably not, like, again, 4 mana. Like, if you're going to play a 4 mana spell in this deck, it has to be, like, just backbreaking, and I don't think this is quite good enough. We don't really want to be blocking, we want to be attacking. Eidolon of Philosophy, probably, like this, yeah, the deck needs another 1-drop, but this ain't it, champ. The Siren Stormtamer is way better. Yeah, we'll just, like, again, this card, maybe we should talk about this one quick. You don't really want to be paying 2 mana when you untap to draw a card with this. You want to be just deploying out your hand at instant speed, not like sorcery speed on your turn. And the second line of text, like, sort of matters, but not really. I don't think, how many decks are like casting spells from other places? Not a whole lot. And making it, yeah, discarding a card to make it not be able to be blocked, that doesn't really, like, that's terrible. Like, we want creatures that are just hard to block on their own with flying, so yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think that this is quite good enough to play in the deck. I mean, it could be, but yeah. This, again, 4 mana, like, once you get to 4 mana, this is probably the only 4 mana spirit where I might actually consider it. Yeah, what the hell is it called? Fuck. It's like one of, like, Capture Sphere or something like that, except it's on a stick. So it gets pumped up by our creatures. It can take a creature out of combat for forever, which is nice. But it's also vulnerable to removal, so it does make it kind of awkward against certain decks. So, but Dungeon Geist is still, I think, a reasonably playable card. I didn't really think about splashing in other colors, Is there? I don't think there's like any chance that we'd want something like that. Like spirits and other colors, like Hateful Eidolon. I don't think that's quite the card we want either. Like the rest of these, like are just. I don't know if there's anything else that's actually worth splashing. Like blue white is basically the way to go because you get your Lord from your Eagle, and you get Rally of Wings. So like, and I don't think going 3 colors is really where you want to be. Because we actually do want to cast like these non-creature spells, so a mana base that's not going to be able to cast them. So if you're using stuff like Ancient Ziggurat, is probably not going to be good. So other than that, no, I don't think we really have anything else. Maybe this. Probably not though. I mean, yeah. Again, the fact that it doesn't have flying means that you miss on this. So like, we're kind of locked into like most of the stuff that we have in these slots, but it's always worth taking a look through, just to see what kind of cards you have available for these. So yeah, so like I said, this deck's really fun. I had to spend a lot of wild cards in this deck because if you does it tell me here, does it show me the rarities of the cards in my deck somewhere? No. I can tell you, though, there's a lot of rares in this. You need like a playset of Rattle Chains. You need a playset of Supreme Phantoms. You need to have a playset of Fortresses and Hollowed Fountains. And then a lot of the utility stuff, like, you need Mythics for Borrowers. You need rares for this. If you want to play Kiras, those are rares. So, Shacklegeist is another rare. Like, this cost me a lot of wild cards to put together, but I think that it's reasonably worth it. If you like, blue tempo decks, then you're going to enjoy playing Spirit. So I hope you guys had fun this week. I think that we did a reasonably good job at crushing some decks with Spooky Boys. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for content next week, but it'll be something. I don't know. Maybe we'll play some Modern. Depends. Or maybe I'll get some stuff in the mail and I'll have some things scheduled before then. I don't know. We'll find out. So I don't usually record this until Sunday unless for some reason I can't. And then, like this week, I've had to break it up into several days so I'd had time to do everything. So if you enjoyed this, please consider giving these videos thumbs up and comment on them. If you see stuff that's interesting, like lines of play that you want to talk about, or you just want to tell me that I'm super awesome and that you enjoy watching this stuff and that, I deserve an ice cream, I'm always happy to hear that. If you don't feel I deserve an ice cream and you want to tell me that, I'm also interested to hear that too. Just I can handle it. I'm a big boy. The criticism doesn't bother me. So if anything, I'm just happy to have people engaging. That's all I want. I want people to be entertained. So yeah, let me know if you're entertained by this. Like, if I'm doing a good job, if there's stuff that you want to see, I'm always taking that under advisement. I don't make promises that I'm going to be able to do necessarily everything that people want me to do, but if it's reasonably possible, I will try to at some point. So, like I said, that's all I got for now. So, thanks everybody. I will see you again next time.